Hi, my name is Julia Violanti, and we did our presentation on Calvin Klein's campaign in the Middle East. And here's just a quick presentation overview of everything we're going to go throughout today, and all of our different sections. So to get started, just a little bit about the brand and situation analysis. Calvin Klein is a well-known fashion brand with a modern minimalistic look that is recognized throughout the world. American fashion designer Calvin Klein founded the company in 1968. Calvin Klein's products and lines are available in numerous countries around the world, reflecting its status as a global fashion powerhouse. Calvin Klein's headquarters are located within the United States in New York, and specifically in the fashion-centric district of Manhattan, and a vast array of clothing and accessories for both men and women, including jeans, outerwear, suits, dresses, sportswear, fragrances, watches, and eyewear, have been added to Calvin Klein's product lines throughout the years. Over the years, Calvin Klein has collaborated with various celebrities, influencers, and designers to create exclusive collection and limited edition pieces. And in the fashion industry, Calvin Klein is seen as a representation of modernism, refinement, and timeless style overall. So just a little bit more about the brand, getting into like their vision, their values, and their business idea overall. For their vision, they said, "We believe in a culture that provokes discovery and brave thinking. We strive to make a positive impact on the world. We seek to thrill and inspire our audiences while using proactive imagery and striking designs to ignite the senses." So through its diverse range of products and inclusive messaging, the brand celebrates individuality, diversity, and self-expression, just kind of encouraging people to embrace their true selves with confidence and pride. Um, Going into their business idea, Calvin Klein brands are connected by the intention and purpose of elevating everyday essentials and to a globally iconic status. Calvin Klein revolves around creating a lifestyle brand that embodies modernity, sophistication, and timeless style. And by establishing a strong presence in key markets around the world, the brand aims to appeal to a diverse range of consumers with consumer-centric approach that prioritizes understanding and anticipating the needs and desires of their target audience at the time. Could you go back a slide? Sorry. And then so going into just about the UAE, our host country, it is a federation of several emirates located on the southeastern coast of the Arabian Peninsula and is well known for having a thriving economy that is mostly supported by trade, tourism, oil and gas reserves, and finance. And in the recent years, the UAE has made significant investments in innovation and technology, aiming to position itself as a global leader in those sectors. Calvin Klein is present in significant cities like Dubai, where upscale retail malls draw both residents and visitors in. And the main goal of Calvin Klein's business plan in the UAE is to serve an affluent customer market by utilizing the prestige of its brand overall. So going into the opportunity, brand marketing has changed as a result of social media and influence emerging. So it's brought a lot of quantifiable outcomes, targeted advertising, authenticity, engagement, and just a viral potential overall. Brands can leverage this targeting capability to deliver personalized advertisements to specific audience segments, ensuring that their messages reach the right people at the right time. There's a lot of diversity and innovation present in the UAE. So UAE is kind of home to a rich tapestry of cultures, with people from over 200 nationalities residing within the country. And the coexistence of various ethnicities, religions, and languages contributes to just a vibrant and cosmopolitan society overall. So just going into the SWOT analysis, some of the strengths is cultural relevance. So highlighting and respecting regional cultures demonstrates a brand's commitment to diversity and inclusivity, fostering stronger connections with local communities and enhancing brand loyalty. Social media reach, obviously, so leveraging influencers with large social media followings expands the reach of marketing campaigns, enabling brands to connect with diverse audiences. Diversification, of course, which is engaging with influencers from different backgrounds and regions, allows brands to diversify their marketing efforts, tapping into new markets and demographics to broaden their consumer base and overall just grow the brand. As for weaknesses, there's competition. So the retail industry in Dubai is fiercely competitive with several high-end brands fighting for consumer interest, which can make it hard for one brand to stand out over another. Pricing strategy, some groups in the Dubai population might find luxury brands less appealing due to its expensive cost, and cultural sensitivity. In order to prevent controversy or backlash, when brands do make campaigns, they must manage cultural sensitivities in Dubai by making sure that campaigns conform to local conventions and just beliefs overall. As for opportunities, there's expanding market. So due to immigration and tourism, Dubai's population is rising quickly, providing prospects to boost its clientele, as well as e-commerce growth. Taking advantage of online sales channels can reach a larger audience outside of physical stores, thanks to the growth of e-commerce in Dubai and just the UAE in general. As for some threats, so there's a lot of restriction to media freedom in the UAE, and it has stringent laws on governing media content, including censorship and surveillance, and a low media freedom ranking, as well as economic risks. So the changes in oil prices, worldwide economic patterns, and geopolitical events have had an effect on the UAE's economy and consumer spending just overall on luxury goods.
Hello, my name is Hannah Fisher, and I'm presenting the host country environment for the UAE. So, according to Freedom House, they were given a freedom index, and they're considered not free, and their freedom score is 18 out of 100, which is not very high. And this aligns with many perceptions of the low personal freedoms that are that people in the Middle East experience. And so their government is made up, like was mentioned earlier, is made up of like um, a federal Supreme Council, and they are over the 7 emirates, and they control different regions. Um, they also like control the policy changes that are made. Elections are not free and fair here, and these dynasty members are actually that make up the federal Supreme Council are actually what makes like out of this council is where the president and vice president get chosen from this cabinet. So their corruption perception index was given by Transparency International as 68 out of 100. And this is actually pretty good, because it means the transparency is actually higher. And it's out of the index of the countries that it was given, it's 26 out of 180 countries. Next slide, please. So their economic environment, they do have, while they do have, while they do have media, there is a lot of censorship, and they're very restricted in what the journalists can share, especially when it comes to speaking out against the government. Their media freedom was given by the score given by Transparency International. No, Freedom House is 28 out of 100, so not very free, and 0 out of 4 for free and independent media. One of their highest media outlets is the radio, and it reaches 95% of the country, the population weekly. They also use social media and TV news and these things in the modern age, but radio reaches a lot of people still. Their economics is quite interesting because only 1 in 9 residents are actually citizens. So a lot of the country are expatriates that come in, and they come into work, and they're a lot of the workforce. As was mentioned, petroleum is a large commodity that they produce, as also agriculture. They have 1/10 of their workforce is produces agriculture, which includes dates, tomatoes, cucumbers, and eggplants. And they also have a large tourism market, and so hospitality is quite large because of big cities such as Dubai and Abu Dhabi. This country is very connected. It's one of the most connected countries with an internet penetration rate of 99% and the literacy rate of over 98%. Next, please. So the culture, according to Hofstein's cultural dimensions, we see a high power distance society, which means there is a lot of distance between people in positions of power and the general population. They are not high on their individualism, which means they're more collectivist, and each member is dependent upon the rest to look out for one another. And their motivation towards achievement and success is 52, which means that they're not extremely motivated by competition to succeed. Their uncertainty avoidance, 66%, so people tend to be more fearful of the unknown, and also they tend to reject kind of modernity and like new ideas. and their long-term orientation 20 is low, indicates that they're focused on history and they're more skeptical again to modern ideas, which will tie into our campaign, the idea for our campaign. And they're low also on their indulgence, so they don't usually express liberally their desires, and they value expression. They value control over their expression and impulses.
Hi, my name is Valeria Sjekovic, and I'm covering the primary public slash audiences of this campaign. For Middle Eastern natives, they may appreciate advertisements that show inclusion and respect for their culture. It is not every day that a Western brand chooses to promote their country while showing support for the Middle East public. Palestinian Syrian model and filmmaker Lana Albiak states, I think being part of a community that creates and is present in the digital world allows us to have this starting flame for change. The models in this advertisement are dressed with a modern sense of fashion, yet they still look modest. Therefore, Calvin Klein is respecting the costumes of the Middle East while insinuating a Western take in fashion. Calvin Klein's advertisement impacts how Middle Eastern consumers perceive the brand's image and identity. If the advertisement effectively communicates values that resonate with the target audience, it will strengthen brand loyalty and appeal. For existing consumers, for existing Calvin Klein consumers who already have a positive perception of the brand, a well-received advertisement can reinforce their loyalty. It may resonate with their existing preferences and further solidify their connection to the brand. In a competitive market, advertisements play a crucial role in differentiating brands from their competitors. A well-executed advertisement can highlight Calvin Klein's unique selling points and distinguish it from other brands in the mind of existing consumers. For potential consumers who may not have previously considered Calvin Klein, the advertisement can serve as an introduction to the brand's values, aesthetics, and products. If the advertisement effectively captures their attention and resonates with their taste and lifestyle, it can start their interest and encourage them to explore Calvin Klein's products further. Additionally, the advertising portrayal of inclusivity and cultural sensitivity may appeal to the potential consumers who prioritize brands that demonstrate social responsibility and awareness. By attracting new consumers and expanding its customer base, Calvin Klein can drive growth and increase its market share.
Hi, my name is Emma Pels, and I will be discussing the overview of the campaign. So the campaign theme is celebrating Middle Eastern creativity and empowerment, and some of the key messages and taglines are empowerment, specifically female empowerment, creativity, emphasizing the power of creativity as a means of self-expression and connection, diversity, showcasing the diverse talents and perspectives within the Middle Eastern community, and authenticity, and promoting genuine storytelling and personal narratives. And all of this is shown within the campaign. Oh, back, please. So some of the goals and objectives of this campaign is to spotlight and celebrate the creative talent and voices of the Middle Eastern region, which they do by using the influencers, challenge stereotypes and redefine traditional notions of empowerment and creativity, to engage the audience in meaningful conversations about identity, and to strengthen Calvin Klein's brand presence within the Middle Eastern market. The strategies and tactics they are using to make these goals and objectives work are collaborating with local influencers to ensure authenticity, filming the campaign in Dubai, UAE, to connect with the local audience and emphasize the city's role as a center for creativity and innovation, leveraging various social media platforms for distribution, and implementing a multi-channel approach, including influencer partnerships to maximize reach and coverage. So there was no budget for the campaign, or as long as the audience knows, there was no budget. And the campaign began in October 2022, and there has been no timeline of it, but I think it continues to run as the influencers continue to post in Calvin Klein. And the media channels that have been used has been social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and those influencer partnerships, PR coverage, and then Calvin Klein's owned media and digital advertising.
Hi, my name is Morgan Rains, and I'm going to be talking about the communication tools and the implication messages. So Calvin Klein's decision to spotlight the GCC, also known as the Gulf Cooperation Council local creative community, indicates a strategic approach to engage with the regional audience in the Middle East. By featuring these local talents, the campaign aims to resonate more deeply with the target demographic and potentially foster a sense of cultural connection and pride. The campaign was shot in Dubai, showcasing the brand's commitment to local relevance and tapping into the vibrant cultural landscape of the Middle East. Dubai serves as a hub for fashion and creativity in the region, making it a strategic choice for the campaign's location. The campaign features 3 influencers from the region: Lana Al-Beck, Mohammed Al-Habdabi, and Hala Abdullah. Collaborating with local influencers helps Calvin Klein connect with the target audience on a more personal level, and leverage the influencer's existing fan base and credibility. The campaign incorporates discussions on social issues such as empowerment and creativity, as highlighted by the influencer's quotes in the Arab News article. For example, Hala Abdullah says, "I feel like we use the word empowerment so much, and especially female empowerment. We don't need that because we're powerful. It feels like they're trying to tell us you're not powerful. So we're trying to empower you." With all these campaigns about empowering women, I feel like they should just change the word to something else, she says. This reflects Calvin Klein's efforts to align with social conversations and demonstrate a commitment to meaningful dialogue. The achievement of goals and objectives that occurred in this campaign celebrated local creativity. The campaign effectively showcased the talents of these 3 influencers in the region. By featuring these individuals and their creative endeavors, Calvin Klein aimed to celebrate and highlight the vibrancy of the GCC's local influential community. The engagement within the Middle Eastern audience was also very well aware in this campaign. The campaign sought out to engage with the Middle Eastern audience by featuring these creators from the region and shooting the campaign in Dubai. By doing so, Calvin Klein enhanced its relevance and resonance with the target demographic. Authenticity and cultural sensitivity was also shown. Given the cultural diversity and sensitivities of the Middle East, Calvin Klein likely aimed to ensure authenticity and cultural sensitivity. Collaborating with local influencers allowed them to share their personal perspectives. Moreover, the decision to feature influencers who have a deep understanding of local culture and values likely enhanced the campaign. Factors contributing to success and failure. The effective collaboration with influencers. The success of this campaign was strong because of the local influencers that have such a powerful presence in this region. Relevant and meaningful content. The campaign's focus on personal perspectives allowed for social issues such as empowerment and creativity. To address these topics in the Middle Eastern audience are tough, but Calvin Klein captured this attention and generated engagement among consumers in the region with these influencers. The competitive landscape. Intense competition from other fashion brands in the Middle East is really high, especially designer brands that can pose challenges for Calvin Klein. Failure to differentiate or offer unique value propositions compared to competitors can lead to market share loss, since Calvin Klein has only focused on this campaign in this part of the region. Environment, current events, and other influences that affect how public relations is practiced in this host country, and how these aspects are managed to facilitate reaching target audiences. Women empowerment. As Hala Abdullah's perspective on the term empowerment in the context of women's rights reflects a prevalent discourse in the region, her critique of the overuse of the term and the assertion of women's inherent strength resonates with ongoing discussions about gender equality and women's rights in the Middle East. Calvin Klein's inclusion of this viewpoint demonstrates an awareness of the current social issues and a willingness to engage with relevant topics in the market campaigns. Family values and creativity. Mohammed Al-Habdabi's emphasis on creativity and shared hobbies with family members reflects cultural values related to the family bonds and collective experiences in the Middle East. By incorporating these themes into the campaign, Calvin Klein taps into the cultural norms and values that resonate with the target audience, facilitating a deeper connection with these consumers. Representation and diversity. Lana Al-Beck's passion for storytelling and representing Arab heritage highlights the importance of representation and diversity in this region. Calvin Klein's decision to feature diverse perspectives and celebrate Arab heritage in the campaign aligns with the media and the advertising for the Middle East. This approach enhances the brand's appeal to diverse audience and foster inclusivity. So I'll also be presenting the conclusion of this campaign. So we were able to come up with a brief summary of the case. Since the Middle East is an area of the world that usually avoids uncertainty and is not high on freedom for their citizenry, especially when it comes to women, this campaign was able to celebrate culture while working to empower those who are often not highlighted. Key takeaways that we learned through this campaign and the lessons that we did learn. With the initiative that Calvin Klein took in breaking into the Middle East markets, they were able to accomplish. The campaign demonstrates sensitivity to local cultural issues by featuring influencers who can speak authentically about their experiences and the values of the Middle Eastern audience. Specific recommendations that we had for this campaign moving forward was that they should continue their work to reach the Middle East and the people, using similar campaign styles to reach other countries in Asia or South America. Additionally, using influencers and strong female role models will definitely capture a great audience, and allocate time for the campaign to be completed, as this one didn't really have a start, had a start, but no official end date. And we think that if they have this sort of timeline, it will give them a better chance to reach the whole demographic. So yeah.